Alrighty, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Hightop Sports. Steve and Chad, we have an absolute banger for them today. We searched far, we searched wide.
Better than we ever have before. And I think we've outdone ourselves.
Look, I'm excited. The internet is a magical place, okay? We talked about this on Wednesday. We saw this magical, mystical unicorn of a man Tuesday night run across the field at the Florida State field. I posted a TikTok. The internet gods gave back to us, and we discovered him. He's here today. We are going to be interviewing the man, the myth, the legend, Ethan, Florida Man. Let's go. Let's go.
Ethan, my man. How are you today? Welcome to the podcast.
Oh, I'm doing
we
great.
appreciate you being here.
Hey, Ethan, first thing first, that caterpillar on the above your lip is absolutely phenomenal, man. I'm loving that.
I've been working on it for weeks now.
I'm digging it. Hey, so before we get started, I know you had to have a little bit of liquid courage to run across the field, and we've been going back and forth about this. We've got to do a shot. I've got a little shot poured up here. Before we get the podcast started, I think it would be wrong if we didn't do that. So let's get a quick little air cheers, take a shot, and then we're going to dive right into it. He's got a little 1800. Bring it. There it is. There it is. Love it. All right.
Ethan, keep your shirt on.
Yeah, Ethan, please, no need to take your shirt off.
No, you're not going to impress anybody right now. Just keep it low. Keep it low.
All right, so Ethan, let's hear from you, man. Let's get to know us. Okay, I got a few questions. Give me the quick rundown. I want age, height, the school that you're currently at, and then I'm going to need your relationship status because you're like basically Baywatch running down the field, and I'm sure the DMs are probably lit up right now. Not just me hitting up the DMs. I'm sure there's some ladies hitting it up. So let everybody know where we at with this.
All the stats: 6'1", 205, single, UNF.
Every bit of it. Every 6'1".
Super local.
Super local. Where did you go to high school at then? Are you from Jax as well?
No, so I'm from Michigan. I moved down here 4 years ago.
Okay. And what year are you at UNF?
This is going to be my first year coming in this next semester. I just spent 2 years at FSCJ.
Okay. So, and how old are you then?
23.
Fantastic. And what are you going to school for?
Business communications.
Now, we've been texting back and forth this past week. You said you were in a meeting. I'm assuming you have a job currently?
Yes.
What do you do and how did this, or is that a hush hush?
Yeah.
Okay. That's hush hush. That will cool. We'll blur that part out. Okay. We talked about that a little bit. I was wondering, like, look, I could see how that could have a little impact. So no problem. We'll move on from that.
We can say stripper. Let's say stripper.
You're a stripper? I like it. I mean, if your business degree doesn't work out, I think you have that going for you. Absolutely. All right, Steve, you got anything else for him?
Well, I mean, look, if stripper isn't an option, I'm not sure if the U.S. Olympic sprinting team is looking for anything, but you might have a shot there as well. You might be looking for something at maybe the pole vault, but we'll get into that as we go through one of the best things I think I've ever seen in my life. But
the fence climbing division, that's got to be some sport somewhere.
Something. So I want to talk about this a little bit too. How has the local fame been with school or wherever it may be since this has happened? I'm sure you've had to have a little bit of the girls slide into the DMs or no, or am I outreaching here? Talk to me.
You're outreaching a little bit. I mean, none of that was on my TikTok. That was all like Taylor's TikTok.
Sure.
It's kind of blown up. A lot of people have seen it, and it's been 4 days now.
It's up to 180,000 now. Taylor did ask for us to plug her, so it's Taylor Ingman.
180,000.
180,000 on her TikTok.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So look, I commented on there. I was like, I need to find this guy. People were dropping your names, and I want you to know, I don't know how close you are with Taylor, and she was an absolute sweetheart from helping out with this. But she dropped your phone number in a matter of 2 seconds. So I would just be careful. She's here. It is. Take them. And I was like, Mike, that was easy.
She brought you up. I think she knew who you were, to begin with.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. She'd brought you up. I just assumed she knew who you were.
Look, she gave me your number as if I've known her since my entire life. I was like, what if I'm just some crazy guy just trying to get this guy? You know what I mean? She threw you under the bus immediately. So I would just I mean, I'd be careful with that. No, but awesome. I'm glad she posted the video. It popped up on my stream. I was like, this is incredible. And she was instant on getting us out there. So I have the video. You sent it over to me. I want to play it. There's no audio, so we're going to run through it. I've watched it a few times. I know what she says. I want to break it down. I want timeline. I want the down and dirty, because obviously all we get is a 6-second clip. More went into it than just this, what the clip prevails, I'm assuming, right?
Yep.
All right, so let's get into this. So she asked you, Ethan, what are the odds that you jumped or rushed the field? You just said no shot.
Yeah, so that was at the beginning. That's how this all transpired. So
talk to me.
Our buddy Pat, that's right behind me in the that Liquid Courage scene. He's the one that he had made a bet with me. He's like, I bet you $1,000 you won't run on the field, go streak on the field. And oh
no.
Yeah, I was very hesitant. And then Taylor was actually pushing me to do it. She was like, you got to do it. And then we made some side bets for an extra $1,000 if I touch all 4 bases. So I don't know what.
That makes sense on the slide to second.
I hit first, so I ended at second. And then I think after that I ran around. I was like doing this to Pat, all 4 bases. And I think it was you that you like made some comment like, "Oh, he's throwing up gang signs."
Bro, I was like, "What's going on, bro?" I was right there on the line, dude. I was like, "What's happening?"
Oh no, I was just rubbing it in, you know.
Now I know. I'm glad for the clarification. Okay, so that was the beginning of the game. Did you get your $1,000 for at least streaking the field?
2,000.
2,000. Oh, so you got paid the full 2.
Yeah. I hit
all my gosh.
No one chased me at the beginning. No one had any idea what was going on. So this was towards like the end of the game. And I don't even know much about baseball, but I know like it was like we wanted to go right between the innings. But the game like ended and we didn't realize it. I thought it was going into the 9th inning. And then that's when, as soon as the inning was over, I just jumped onto the field and like ran out there. But it took a little bit. It took a little bit of convincing. I think after 15 minutes, like as these videos go on, it was like super organic of me like thinking about it. Like this wasn't decided until I took my shoes off.
Okay, so
that's a great question, and that's a solid segue. Okay, so at what point, Ethan? So look, the game's going on. The game's going on. At what point did you say, you know what, this is it? Because look, you went out there with no shirt. Well, why no shirt? I've got questions. What? And then shoes. You took your shoes off. Who is responsible for your shirt and shoes at this point? Did you get those back?
So I left my shirt, my shoes with them. I actually jumped out with a shirt and I decided to like take it off and spin it around, like have a whole spin move with it. And I should send you the full video that was taken from like my phone. So I left my wallet, phone, keys with my friends. Same as my shoes. So shirt was gone. That's why the last.
R.I.P. to the shirt.
Gone. Yeah, I don't know who has it, but if they find it,
you basically like gave them the hold my beer, hold my everything. I'll be back eventually.
Well, so part of the deal was my bail gets paid because we were like, all right, I'm gonna go to jail. That's gonna be that. They'll bail me out in the morning. So that was part of the deal. And then so I figured don't have my phone, wallet, and keys because they're gonna get put somewhere. They may as well have it.
Sure. So, okay. So that's the beginning of the game. Your buddy bet you. And you said your buddy has a YouTube channel as well?
Yeah, it's Popular MMOs. And that's the guy you're about to see in the background.
Okay, so he made the bet originally. Taylor then instigated a little bit. You're like, absolutely not. You start drinking a little White Claw. Now, the same for White Claws. There ain't no laws when you're drinking claws. Clearly, that was... Nope. How many claws deep did it take you to get that confidence to get to this point?
I think that was 1 shot of tequila, shotgun, 1 Coors Light, and then two White Claws. That was it. Too sober to be doing that.
Too sober. Okay, I was gonna say, were you on empty belly though?
Was I what?
On an empty belly?
No, I ate all day.
Nope. You just little BDE came from with a little big dick energy. You're like, let's send it.
Good enough to feel good about doing it.
No, look, I respect that. I think sometimes, like with that mustache, I think there's a little bit of level of confidence that it takes, and I think all it takes is a shot of tequila and two White Claws to get there.
It was apparently jumping on the field was like pretty intimidating at first.
Okay, so I want to ask that too. So let's play it really quick. So you're taking your shoes off, and now look how far you are, right, from where you were sitting, because
that's where there was no fence and it was on the bottom, so it was like strategically planned out. I was originally gonna hop through a hole in like the fencing, like the net, but that seemed like a bad idea.
Sure. Yeah, you might get stuck. Okay, so that was what I was going to ask, because I know it kind of scales up, so it was still a flat line, and you were able to jump over a pretty low area.
Yeah, I think it was like probably like 5-6 foot.
Okay, so not too bad. All right, so let's get into the juicy stuff. So we hop on the field. Here we go. Shirt's still on there. I do not see the shirt. Slides in a second. Great form. For not knowing much about baseball, I'm going to give you a 6.9 out of 10. All right, only because you're a little short. Yeah, see? I can see their little rub burn there. Little rub burn. So you have the beer at that point. You lose the beer. And now you're just, all right, now he's chasing you in the cart. We're running around.
This was the exciting part. This was like, all right, I got my first chaser. I figured, so I had the assumption that everyone was going to kind of come after me and not just like one dude chasing me around.
Sure. So honestly, look, I'm gonna be honest with you,
us
Ethan.
Too, just for the record, us too. We thought, like, where's the rest of everybody that's supposed to deal with this?
Well, there's actually some other clips that show like the full thing. You were there that day, right, Shelton?
Yeah.
Did you see?
I recorded all of it. So you come running right across. That's my Baywatch clip. You come running right past me. You're just a casual wave, like you're like a pageant, right on your little float. Like no stress. You run to first. Now you have a little back and forth with a coach or somebody later. What was said?
Okay, so the first thing that like gotten said was when that guy almost caught me. I didn't really see him. You see in the video, I was like, oh no, and I like took off. He almost got me. He was close, and then
it was close.
I turned back at him and I was like, "You're fast, but you ain't fast enough." And then I just kept running. You know, I was trying to like egg it on a little bit. And then towards like the end, because I had no plan to escape, we expected me to go as long as possible before I got tackled.
Sure.
And then whoever it was that was kind of half chasing me, they were all kind of just standing around, not doing much, putting in minimal effort. The one dude was like, "You know, you're going to jail, right?" And just was all mad at me. And then in my head, I'm just like, "All right, well, you're not chasing me, so." Who's going to take me to jail? You're going to catch me. So at that moment, I was like, I'm just going to leave, prove this guy wrong.
Planned. Yeah.
That's what I said. That's a pretty obvious thing. When you cross the field, you're going to jail. I think that was
so watching that, I mean, like you just said, you expected to get tackled. I was just waiting for the spear. You've seen it so many times. Just some big dude just to come and just clock you. I'm like, yeah, right? Yeah. Like, that's what you live for. Like, I'm glad the alternative happened, but at the time I was like, oh. And like you said, it almost like you were ready for it too. And I'm surprised, like, there was like a UF player that walked right past me, and we were like, go get him, because obviously he's the most athletic one out of all of them, because the guys that are chasing you gave two shits. Now, there's a part where you run right past the tractor. Was there a quick thought of hopping on?
Yeah. Oh,
God.
Yeah.
So I got to be honest. That was when I saw the video. I went back. I looked. That was one of my biggest questions. Is they brought a maintenance cart out there. It was right there for the taking. Ethan.
Oh,
how did you not jump in this thing and just go? You know, old school, like just start driving it around, like
that would have.
I think a lot of it was just like I wasn't way too like aware of my surroundings, and I like had this feeling I was gonna get like hit from behind, like not seeing someone or not like being like aware and just get taken from the side. So I thought if I ran and jumped on that, I wouldn't be paying attention to what's going on around me, and it would take half a second for them to catch me.
Sure, I think if it
went straight, I was so close to hopping on that when I was running back, and no one was like around me.
Did you hear us? We were like, ride it. I was like, oh my God, if you jumped on that, bro, I think and they're trying to tackle you off of that, I think it would have just been through the roof.
Yeah.
I love it. So before we get into this, we kind of skimmed past it, and I want to get back to it. Your friend made a $2,000 bet.
Yeah,
who you hanging out with that has $2,000 and just, hey, let me see what you got?
In college.
I mean, he didn't think I was going to do it. I didn't
college.
But it was so the bonus bet was that I couldn't touch all 4 bases before getting tackled. And the surprise was like as I'm running around the bases, like nobody realized what was happening yet. Like everyone was like, all right, there's a shirtless dude running with a Coors Light, just drinking it while I'm running. Like no one noticed. Very difficult Florida game, I guess.
I think the best part was because nobody anticipates that during a college baseball game. And most college events, I don't think they sell alcohol, right? So this was kind of one of those rare occasions, like the Florida-Georgia, where there is alcohol being served, which I think that kind of obviously, it definitely played a role in it. So they were completely caught off guard. Like, there's no way this is happening. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I think it was surprising, especially at the end of the game too. I thought it was Gators won, and then I'm running around the field all happy. I was having a blast. Once I got running, it was just like all the fears out the window. I was having a great time. So
let me ask. So the Taylor, the chick that you were with, she was wearing a Florida State jersey. I'm obviously a Gator fan. You can see the helmet. Steve's obviously on the wrong side of things. Tell us, are you a Florida fan or a Florida State fan?
Florida.
I'll
root for the Gators.
I was nervous when I saw her shirt. I was like, he might be on the wrong side of history, but we're just W's all around, baby. I love it.
Even my man, look, you're brave. You're brave enough to make a round of the bases, shirt off, Coors Light dropped. Like let's be honest. I regardless of the fact that you're a Florida fan, hell of a job. Well done.
So let me get to the last part here. So this is, to me, it's the first I've ever seen. You actually escaped this whole debacle. So you run across the field. He's kind of half-assed chasing you. You jump the outfield fence, right? And then I look, oh shit, the main fence is right there. He's gone. And I'm pretty sure there's cops kind of coming over. Oh, there's footage after the fact. I haven't seen this.
Yeah, okay, you didn't see that? You need to listen to the audio. It's hilarious.
I did not see this. How did I miss? Okay, so you run away, and that's my next question. Where do you go? Do you run to your car? Like, what happens?
So I had no clue where I was parked in relation to like where I escaped. It's not near the entrance. I parked in some garage. There's 2 parking garages down there. So I hopped like the backfield, the big fence. I scaled that. And then once I got over, I ran to the parking lot directly across. And I'm like, all right, well, obviously they're gonna be looking for a shirtless dude with pants and no shoes running around. We didn't expect me to not get caught, so I have no phone, no keys, no wallet, nothing. And then,
no shoes.
nothing. I was just basically homeless.
You might have a telephone. I mean, you've got no shirt, you've got no phone, you've got no ID, you've got no shoes. They might be looking for that guy.
So I ran to the tailgate. It was just these like a group of 4 guys, and like, hey, I need a beer and a shirt. And I kind of told them what just happened. And they got me a water, and the dude was like contemplating giving me his extra shirt, and then he kind of gave up. And I'm like, well, I should keep moving. So I keep like walking to the back of the parking lot, and someone that had watched that whole thing transpire was like, oh, that's the guy. So they actually gave me a ride. They were driving around with me in the back. I was like in the trunk of this SUV, so I'm like way in the back. We're all riding around. I'm telling them about it. They end up giving me a towel because they don't have any extra shirts, which is where that blue towel came from, and a Gatorade, which is where that Gatorade came from. And then they had dropped me off, and same deal. I didn't really know where my car was in relation to where I was. No maps, couldn't figure it out. So I'm like walking around, and it happened again. This another group of guys in the car were like, "Oh, you're the dude. Your friends were looking for you. We just saw him." So they actually gave me a ride. Let me use their phone. I told them about it, and then we actually spotted my friends, and that's where this clip happened because I ran up to them. I'm all excited. We had found everyone. Get my phone back in business. In my valiant escape.
Okay, hold on. Like this is
there are so many levels to this story.
Like
amazing,
dude.
Amazing.
It got better. We thought the best part was you running the field. No. It's you.
After I had to go find my friends.
It's the untold stories, right? That's always the best part where you don't see what happens. It's behind the scenes. So okay, so you run up to these 4 guys. Now I want to talk about these 4 guys. You ask for a shirt, a beer. They give you a water and hesitate on giving you a shirt. Yeah. Fuck those guys, okay?
Like that's what I said. I was like, this cool stuff happened. I told them everything. I was like, I don't want to get arrested here on the tail end of me escaping. Like I already made it out. I felt like a jailbreak.
You made it.
Hey, were they Florida State fans or Florida fans? Do you know?
I don't remember. It was dark out there, so I have no clue which.
Florida State fans. We're gonna just.
They didn't seem happy enough. So
they probably left this stadium early. That's why they were out there with you.
Yeah.
Florida State fans. So you run into them, and then you find people driving a car, hop into the back of their FSU. Definitely Gator fans. Applaud to those people for being great sports. Give you a Gatorade and a towel. Amazing. And then you find your friends. So what do you say in this clip here? What do you? You're obviously just
So that clip was like a brief, like 2-second clip of me telling the story about the dude that almost caught me, where I looked back and I was like, and then I said, "You're fast, but you ain't fast enough." And that's what that clip was. That was funny. That was like probably my favorite part of it. Just calling that back at the dude. You know, the guy that almost got me, he was having a good time. Like, he looked entertained. But the other guy, the ones that were half-assed running after me, they were not happy. They
look pissed. So I think we have 2 plugs here, okay? I think it's the perfect scenario. It starts off with White Claw and tequila, and it ends with a Gatorade. I mean, I think how perfect could it be?
Rep 1800. Oh man.
Well, if you insist, Ethan.
Let's take another little sip here. Look, he's got it ready. He's got it poured up.
Oh yeah.
I love it. My goodness, Ethan, I look, man, absolutely appreciate you taking the time today. So we tried to get him earlier. He was on Tuesday. I don't think I found you until, what, was it Wednesday or Thursday?
The game was Wednesday, right? So it would have been
Tuesday. Game was Tuesday.
Tuesday. All right, yeah, I think it was Thursday.
Thursday, I found you. I tried to get you on Friday, but you were a little sick.
Yeah, my voice was gone. I was yelling all week.
Yeah. Okay. And so now now you're feeling better.
Yep.
Are you about to go out and party now? About to go hang on to some local fame here?
Oh, a little bit. Go hang out. Go drink my tequila and White Claws.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, we want to ask you one thing, Ethan. Tell us, we got big games tonight, Final Four. Look at your hot take. We got Villanova and Kansas. Who do you got?
My what? Wait, say that again. I missed all that.
Final Four. Who do you have for tonight? We've got Kansas and Villanova. Who are you picking?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm just more of like I'll get drunk and go to the Gators game type of fella.
I fucking love it.
That's more my speed. I don't know too much about sports, to be totally honest, but
I love it.
Drinking.
Hey, look, he's here for a good time, and sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah,
that's all you need. Look, Ethan, aka the Florida Man, we appreciate you, man. I think today was an absolute blast. Your energy was incredible. Look, if you don't become a businessman, you have something in acting. Okay, you got the Baywatch thing down pat.
Yeah.
What's the secret? Chicken and rice?
Yeah, tequila and Chick-fil-A.
I would say tequila is gonna be an ingredient.
It's in there somewhere.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. Well, hey, so make sure you guys like and subscribe. Drop down a comment. Show Ethan some love. Give him a like. Drop down the comments. What would you have done? Would you have escaped? Would you have pulled off the miraculous escape like Ethan, aka the Florida Man, did? Till next time, guys. Appreciate you. See ya. Boogity boogity.